Most people buy a front-load washing machine because it looks modern, saves water, and promises better cleaning. Quiet, efficient, high-tech. But what almost no one tells you is this. Front-load washers get dirty faster than any other type of machine. If they are not cleaned the right way, not on the outside, not where you can see, but deep inside behind the door seal, under the drum, inside the drain system where moisture never fully dries and buildup quietly grows. And by the time you smell it, the damage has already started. Let me start with a real story, because this is how it usually happens. A family in the U.S. bought a front-load washer thinking it was an upgrade. For the first year, everything felt perfect. Clothes smelled great. The machine was quiet. Then slowly, towels started smelling strange. Not dirty, just off. Gym clothes came out fresh, but the smell returned after an hour. They cleaned the drum. They used more detergent. They added fabric softener. Nothing worked. One day, while wiping the rubber door seal, black slime came off on the cloth. That moment changed everything. The washer wasn't broken. It was dirty, deeply dirty. This is exactly why you're here. Because front-load washers hide dirt better than any other machine. And if you don't clean them correctly, odors, mold, and buildup always return. Today, you're going to learn how to deep clean a front-load washing machine properly, not just the drum, but every hidden place that causes bad smells and poor washing performance. Before we touch water or cleaners, you need to understand one important truth. Front-load washers don't fail suddenly, they fail slowly. Every wash leaves behind a little moisture. Every detergent dose leaves residue. Every closed door traps humidity. Over time, that moisture mixes with soap, lint, and minerals. The result is slimy buildup, bacteria, and mold. The washer keeps working, but performance drops. Smells appear. Clothes stop feeling truly clean. The first step isn't cleaning, it's inspection. Open the door and look closely at the rubber door gasket. Pull it back gently. This fold is where water hides after every wash. This is where lint sticks. This is where mold begins. Most people never look here. If you see black spots, gray residue, or feel slime, that's the main source of odor. And here's the shocking part. Cleaning the drum alone does nothing if this area is ignored. Now let's talk about water temperature, because this changes everything. Cold water preserves smells. Warm water softens grease but doesn't release it fully. For deep cleaning, you need hot water hot enough to loosen years of buildup. Front-load washers are designed to save energy, which means they rarely use water hot enough to clean themselves. That's why manual deep cleaning is necessary. Before starting any cycle, remove the detergent drawer completely. This is another hidden danger zone. Detergent and fabric softener don't fully rinse out. They mix with moisture and harden into sticky residue. Mold grows inside the drawer and in the cavity behind it. Soak the drawer in hot water and scrub gently. But don't reinstall it yet, the cavity behind it needs attention too, and most people skip that. Now we start the first deep clean cycle. Select the hottest, longest cycle available, preferably a tub clean or sanitize option if your washer has it. But here's the hack most people don't know. Never start the cycle immediately. Let the washer fill and heat first. This allows cleaning agents to disperse evenly instead of sinking to one spot. As the drum begins to rotate, something important happens. Old detergent residue loosens. Biofilm inside the drum walls starts breaking down. You may not see it yet, but it's happening. This is why patience matters. Rushing this step is the reason people think deep cleaning didn't work. After the initial rotation, pause the cycle if possible and let the machine soak. This soak is where odors die. Heat weakens bacteria. Cleaning agents dissolve buildup. Mineral deposits soften. During this time, go back to the door gasket. Use a soft cloth and gently wipe deep inside every fold. You'll be shocked at what comes out. Black streaks, gray slime. That smell you've been chasing? It lives here. Now clean the detergent drawer cavity. Use a cloth or small brush to reach inside. This area sprays water every wash but never dries completely. It's one of the most overlooked parts of front-load washers. Cleaning it restores proper detergent flow and eliminates a major odor source. When the cycle resumes and drains, the water often smells worse than expected. That's good. That means buildup has been released. Let the washer complete the full cycle. Do not interrupt it. The drain phase carries away loosened gunk that would otherwise settle back inside. At this point, many people stop, and that's why smells return. Because what you've cleaned so far is only what's visible. the real problem often hides lower. This brings us to the most ignored part of a front-load washing machine, the drain pump filter. This filter traps lint, hair, small objects, and sludge. Over time, it becomes a bacteria factory. Most homeowners don't even know it exists. When you open it for the first time, prepare yourself. Water may spill out. The smell may be strong, but once it's clean, drainage improves instantly and odors drop dramatically. Now think about this for a moment. Dirty door seal, dirty detergent drawer, dirty filter, all connected. That's why cleaning only one part never works. Front-load washers require a full system clean, but we're not done yet. Because even after cleaning all of this, there is still something hiding behind the drum inside the hoses and internal pathways where water flows but never fully flushes. This is where lingering smells are born. This is where performance slowly drops. And this is where most guides completely stop. In part 2, you're going to learn how to clean internal drain paths, hidden hoses, water inlet screens, areas that cause smells to return after successful cleaning, and you'll learn the simple habits that keep a front-load washer fresh without repeating this deep clean every month. You've already uncovered the real reason front-load washers smell. Now it's time to finish the job properly. If you've made it this far, you already know something most front-load washer owners never realize. The smell is never just the smell. It's a system problem. And systems don't get fixed by cleaning one visible part. They get fixed by following the path water takes through the machine, every hidden turn, every trap, every place moisture pauses long enough to cause damage. Now we go deeper. This is the part almost no one talks about, because it's not obvious and it's not glamorous. But this is where front-load washing machines either recover completely or slowly fail again. Let's start with the drain pump area, because what you cleaned in part 1 was only the beginning. Behind that small filter is a pathway where water exits the washer. This area stays wet longer than any other part of the machine. Lint, hair, detergent residue, and even small clothing fibers travel through here every wash. Over time, they form a sticky layer that smells worse than the drum itself. When water can't flow freely, it sits. When it sits, bacteria grows. That's why some washers smell strongest after sitting unused for a day or two. After removing and cleaning the filter, shine a light into the cavity behind it. You may see residue clinging to the walls. Wipe it gently with a cloth or soft brush. Do not rush this step. This small space controls how quickly dirty water leaves the machine. A clean drain path means fewer odors and faster cycles. Next, move to the drain hose. Most people never touch it unless there's a leak. But inside that hose, soap residue and mineral buildup slowly narrow the passage. This doesn't cause an immediate failure. Instead, it creates slow drainage, longer cycles, and water that never fully leaves the machine. Detach the hose carefully and flush it with hot water. If you can, raise the hose slightly and let gravity help rinse out buildup. Even this simple flush can dramatically improve performance. Now let's talk about water inlet screens. These tiny mesh screens sit where the hoses connect to the washer. Their job is to catch sediment from your home's water supply. Over time, they clog with minerals and debris. When that happens, water enters the washer more slowly. That means longer fill times, uneven rinsing, and detergent that doesn't dissolve properly. Clean screens mean better water flow and better cleaning with less detergent. Once these pathways are clean, it's time for the second deep cleaning cycle. This cycle isn't about soaking anymore. It's about flushing. Choose the hottest, longest cycle available again. This time, you're clearing anything loosened during part 1 and part 2. Watch the water through the door if possible. You may see small particles floating again. That's fine. That means the system is releasing the last hidden buildup. Now pause and think about something important. Front-load washers are sealed tightly by design. That's what makes them efficient. But it's also what traps moisture. If moisture doesn't escape, odors return. That's why what you do after washing matters just as much as how you clean. This is where daily habits come in. After every wash, leave the door open, not just cracked, fully open for at least 30 minutes. This allows moisture in the gasket, drum, and internal air space to evaporate. If you skip this step, everything you clean slowly starts growing again. Next habit, detergent discipline. Most people use too much detergent. Front-load washers need less soap than top-load machines. Excess detergent doesn't rinse out completely. It sticks to internal surfaces and feeds bacteria. Use less than the manufacturer recommends, usually about half. This one habit alone prevents future buildup more effectively than any cleaner. Fabric softener is another hidden problem. It coats internal parts with a waxy film. If you use it, clean the dispenser regularly and consider reducing use. Many odor problems disappear simply by changing softener habits. Now here's a simple but powerful hack. Once a month, run an empty hot cycle. No clothes. This keeps internal parts flushed and prevents residue from settling. You don't need to deep clean every month, just maintain what you've already cleaned. Remember the family from the beginning? After following these steps, they noticed something unexpected. The washer wasn't just odor-free, it was quieter. Cycles finished faster. Clothes felt lighter and fresher. The machine hadn't been fixed, it had been restored. But there's one final piece that determines whether all of this lasts or slowly fades away again. In part 3, we're going to lock everything in. Long-term habits, mistakes that destroy front-load washers quietly, and the final routine that keeps your machine fresh for years, not weeks. You've already done what most people never do. Now it's time to finish it the right way. By now, you've seen the full picture. A front-load washing machine doesn't become smelly overnight. It happens slowly, quietly, one wash at a time. Moisture hides behind the door seal. Detergent builds up where water never fully rinses. Lint and residue settle into drain paths. And because the machine keeps working, most people never realize what's happening inside. But you didn't ignore it. You followed the dirt. You cleaned every hidden space. And now, your washer is finally what it was supposed to be all along. At this stage, the most important thing isn't another cleaner or another deep cycle. It's control. Control over moisture. Control over detergent. Control over habits that decide whether buildup comes back or stays gone. This is where most people fail, not because they don't clean, but because they don't change what happens after cleaning. From this point forward, the routine is simple. Leave the door open after every wash so moisture can escape. Wipe the door seal occasionally so water never has time to sit. Use less detergent than you think you need, because more soap never means cleaner clothes, it just means more residue inside the machine. Once a month, run a hot empty cycle to keep internal pathways flushed and clear. These small actions don't feel dramatic, but they quietly protect every internal part of the washer. Think about the difference now. The door seal is clean and dry instead of slimy. The drum smells neutral instead of sour. Water drains quickly instead of lingering. Clothes come out fresh and they stay fresh. That strange odor that used to return after an hour, gone. The machine sounds smoother. Cycles feel lighter. This isn't imagination. This is what a clean system feels like. Most people replace front-load washing machines because they think the machine went bad. In reality, it just got dirty in places they never knew existed. What you've done here isn't just cleaning, it's prevention. You've removed the hidden causes that shorten machine life, ruin clothes, and create constant frustration. And here's the best part. You won't need to do this deep clean often. When you understand how the washer works, maintenance becomes easy. A few minutes after each wash, a quick check once a month. That's it. No more panic smells. No more guessing. No more wondering if the washer is the problem. So the next time you open that door and load your laundry, you'll know something most people don't. You'll know what's happening inside. You'll know it's clean. You'll know it's protected. And you'll know you're getting the best performance your machine can give. That's not just a clean washing machine. That's peace of mind. And once you experience that, you'll never look at laundry the same way again.